How would you describe what it is this year, what it is about, and how what the most important things are?
It's day to day. I mean, today we might be playing, tomorrow we won't be. It's the CDC and this one test and you're out, the team is out. I don't think it made sense for basketball teams. I think you have to look at each case individually. We try to isolate our players so that if one gets positive, the other players haven't been around that much. That's hard to do. But if we don't get some balance in this, every week there's going to be 10 games changed. And then the biggest concern, once you quarantine, which happened to us, you didn't practice for 14 days. Well, any semblance of what you're doing, and the players can't work out. They can't come in the gym, work out. So it's really 14 days off, and now you got to play basketball. And, we played a good team, so Bryant was a very good team. We could have lost to them anytime. But it just being out of sync completely, it's hard to play basketball. And then if you're in the season and you get 14-day sabbatical, and for us, we could come back the second day and play at Duke. I mean, we can't probably beat Duke if we practice for 14 days. But if you have 14 days off, you probably can't be competitive in that situation. I noticed the CDC has said something about, well, maybe only a 7-day or 10-day quarantine. That would be a little better, but I haven't seen any movement on that. But this is a very difficult time. Our players have worked hard. We've had 700 tests since we got back in school, and we've had just 2 positives. So really, our players are doing well. They're taking care of themselves, and they're staying away from social gatherings. But still, it can happen. And 2 of our coaches, including me, I went out to dinner a couple nights, and that's where, I got it. I mean, all of our positives have come from outside the program, in town or someplace. And it's just, I felt great. It's just one of those things. Some people that are healthy just don't have any effect by this. And the thousands of athletes across the country who've tested positive in college sports have all come back strong. All the professional golfers and the professional football players who tested positive have come back strong. So this obviously is something that really affects older people and people with conditions. And it kind of touches younger people, but it seems like they're able to bounce right back and be good. So, but the only solution is a vaccine, because this is such a communicable disease. You get it anywhere, anytime, and spreads like wildfire. So until we get everybody treated and get the vaccine and establish that, I mean, we're looking till next year, fall, before we can get back to normal. In the meantime, we're going to try to play like football's doing, play as many games as we can. The players want to play, and there don't seem to be any negative results if they are tested positive. So I think we should try to play and try to get the season in, but it's going to be challenging. It's going to be very difficult. Some teams may play 20 games, some might play 25, some might play 15 or 12. And we just have to get through the year. The NCAA was very good to the players. They can all come back if they want to and play next year, which I think is good. There's going to be some things coming in the future for players in college basketball. The ability to transfer and play right away. It will be chaotic, but it will be good for players. The NIL of the players being able to get endorsement money will be chaotic, but it will be good for players. So I think a lot of good things are going to happen for players moving forward in college basketball, and I think that's a good thing. There will be some problems, but we'll have to adjust to it. If a player's not happy, he wants to leave. He has that ability to go someplace and play right away, and coaches will adjust to it like they've adjusted to everything. But certainly, it will cause some chaos if you're not playing or playing a little bit and you can play someplace else, you're going to, leave. But I think it'll work out. I think it'll be difficult, but I think it will work out. My main concern is trying to get this team through this year as best as we can, and they've been great. They've worked hard. They've done everything we've asked. and they're trying to play the season, and that's all you can ask of players today. Their biggest fear is not being able to play.
Yeah,
they want to play. That's what they want to do. And I know there's thoughts out there by everybody, well, it's tough, you shouldn't do this, or you should pause. I don't think there's any solution other than to try to play through this. Schools have spent an unbelievable amount of money testing players. We test our players 3 days a week and some more. And I think that we're trying to get people in school. It was great to see the CDC come out and say kids are better in school. And I think that's true at all levels of school, right through college. I know my son is at Cornell. He had to be home a lot this year. He's sick about it. He's a senior. He wants to be in school, and Cornell's one of the few schools in the Ivy League. I think there's just 2 that he was at school the whole semester. He was down there.
Yeah.
And they survived. But I believe we have to get kids in school at all ages. And there's challenges. But what kids are missing, I know in the city of Syracuse, 50% of the kids in the city schools don't have computers or Wi-Fi. What's happening to them? And kids that age group aren't dying from this. But I think they're dying by not being able to go to school. It's been a year, almost a full year now, without being in classes. And how long can that last and kids not suffer irreparable harm?
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.